What is going on, guys? This is Daniel, and a few days ago the Spurs faced off against the Nuggets in a close game, and there were several interesting things from this game that I wanted to talk about in this video. And so the topics will be Jokic and Plumlee playing together, a classic Spurs set play, and the Jokic and Murray chemistry together on offense. So, let's get to it. Let's start with the Jokic and Plumlee combo, which has had to play together with the injuries and it's been starting several games. Their point differential is plus 11 per 100 possessions, and they're doing well on both offense and defense. While it is a small sample size, they also succeeded with this two-man combination last year as well. And I want to focus on the offense in this video because normally playing two centers together is antiquated, and both Jokic and Plumlee are true centers. The fit first must work with ball screens, and when Jokic sets the ball screen, with Plumlee on the floor, he'll usually pop to the three-point line. And this works because if he rolls to the basket, well, Plumlee will be somewhere in the lane and the spacing won't work out. But Jokic has the ability to shoot the three-point shot, and that's huge for this combination to work as Jokic gets an okay look. Here Jokic will run the pick and pop, and the Spurs will late switch to prevent Jokic from getting an open three. This is a very common NBA strategy. Now of course the problem is Patty Mills is guarding Jokic, so what the Spurs will do is they'll switch off ball as Jokic looks to post up Mills. And because Plumlee is on the floor, this is actually easier for Rudy Gay to get over to Jokic as Plumlee was at the block. But notice how the Nuggets counter by having Plumlee flash to the middle, and they take advantage of the new mismatch down low. And when Plumlee is the one setting the ball screen, he'll roll to the basket, and then Jokic has the gravity to space out to the three-point line, as we see him in the corner here, and that allows for a spread pick and roll, though here Murray gets blocked. And the other factor Plumlee really adds as a de facto 4 in this lineup is on the offensive boards. He can beat up most 4s in this area, and on this play we see he gets the tip out, and then later on the possession he gets another offensive rebound, keeping things alive. In this game, Gay really struggled guarding Plumlee, and this size advantage can also take place on high-low situations. Here Jokic brings it up, and Plumlee looks to seal Gay, and he'll eventually draw a foul. Jokic brings the ball up a lot, which allows Plumlee to really focus on getting position often in transition. And that's what happens here as they try to get it into Plumlee, and then Plumlee will actually set a back screen, and when the Spurs switch it, now Plumlee forces a double team, and he shows his passing ability to find Jokic. Here's another similar possession. Jokic will bring it up, and the first look will be to Plumlee down low looking to seal Gay. Here Jokic can't get it in, then he'll swing the ball, and then Hernangomez, who's 6'9", looks to seal, and only after they look to get the ball inside twice will Murray and Jokic start their two-man game. Interesting. So this lineup works because Jokic is special, and he can play with almost any big man, but also because Plumlee is a gifted and skilled player himself, and here he grabs the rebound and goes, and he's the one who looks to get it into Jokic, who gets fouled on this play. What also happened in this game is the Jokic and Plumlee duo caused matchup problems for the Spurs. So to match up with the size, the Spurs played Aldridge and Pirtle together, which is their own two-man center lineup. But this is not the Spurs' best front court pairing, and basically the Nuggets' size forced the Spurs to change things up. And the reason this isn't a great pairing for the Spurs is because the spacing on offense is now not good. Neither of those two centers shoot threes consistently. So when they run the double drag here, we see that both of them roll, showing their inability to pop, but also the fact that this lineup doesn't play a lot together. And then the Nuggets actually complete the play with a Plumlee block, which shows the rim protection and athleticism you get when you play an extra big like Plumlee. Now Paul Millsap just returned from injury, so we'll see how much of this pairing plays together going forward. Anyways, let's talk about a classic Spurs set play, and they've been running this play for years, and here we see them run it with Ginobili and Duncan. And it starts with Ginobili rubbing off a Duncan screen toward the top as if he's going to get the pass, but then Bellinelli fires it to Duncan, and Ginobili back cuts near the foul line. Duncan now has a great angle to make this pass, the timing is perfect, and it's a layup. and they continue to run this play, including this season where DeRozan has scored off this set several times, and they usually run it in crunch time in a close game. And here's an example of them running it versus the Bulls, and another factor that allows for the success of the play is that weak side spacing. No one's in the paint, which allows DeRozan's cut to be open. And the Spurs ran this play against the Nuggets late in a close game, but immediately there's a problem, and it's the fact that Poeltl is on the weak side. He is a center who can't shoot, and this allows Jokic to really sag off. Again, Poeltl was only in the game to match up with Plumlee. Now, Poeltl does something very smart. He'll set a decoy screen on the weak side looking to distract Jokic, but here that doesn't work as Jokic still sags in the paint, sniffing out the back door, and the Spurs don't get the back door on this play. If Rudy Gay was in the game, I don't know if the Spurs would have scored, but they definitely would have had a better chance to. Now lastly, let's talk about that Jokic and Murray chemistry which they've developed over the years. And it can show up on a simple pick and roll like this, where on the first screen, White goes under the ball screen, and if Murray doesn't want to shoot it, they'll go to a second rescreen. White again goes under, and then they'll rescreen again, and now White finally goes over as Jokic sets the screen a tad lower on the court, and Murray gets to that floater he clearly wanted. And this is something you rarely see. So here they'll run a pick and roll, Murray will hit Jokic on the roll, and now Murray will keep moving. He'll cut right to the basket, knowing Jokic will look for this backdoor pass, and they work a gorgeous give and go most players don't even think about. And this play is the same idea. Here Jokic will pop to the three-point line, and then after Jokic catches it, Murray does a great job of not just standing still, but he'll immediately look to duck in, taking advantage of the size difference he has on Mills, and Jokic finds him inside. And in this game, we also saw some inverse pick and rolls where Jokic is handling and Murray will screen for Jokic, usually in early offense. And on this play, Murray screens and the Spurs switch, so Murray nicely finds Jokic now with the size mismatch. They run the center point guard pick and roll here, and this time the defender will hedge, not switching, so Murray does a nice job of reading it, cutting to the basket, but he just can't finish. Here, I really like how they get into it quickly in transition. We see that Aldridge goes under the screen even though he probably could have gone over. Forbes' hedge isn't quite enough, and Jokic can walk into an open jumper. And the general fit of them just works out quite nicely because Murray isn't a true point guard, so Jokic can bring the ball up, take some of the responsibility handling the ball, while Murray can play off the ball some more, and here it works out nicely as Jokic finds Hernangomez ducking in. Well, there you have it guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. I have some exciting stuff coming out soon. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.